What's up, guys? It's SSJ Ventus here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, this was originally supposed to be done as soon as E3 was over, but sadly, I got sick, something that I'll discuss more in an update video that should be posted either right before this or right after this. But I know you guys have been waiting for this, so let's just dive into the big three, starting with the first conference, which was Microsoft. I am reading my notes, so even though this happened about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, I'm gonna try to get back into that mindset that I was in right after watching these conferences. So with Microsoft, I thought they really killed it with their conference. They showed off a lot of amazing games, whether they were exclusive or console-wide release. You figured they showed off Halo Infinite, Gears of War 5, Devil May Cry 5, Division 2, and my favorite, of course, Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, that's crazy. This game has never been on a Microsoft console before, and they're the ones who got to start off by going, oh yeah, here's Kingdom Hearts 3. It's going to be on our console. Now, I personally don't currently own an Xbox One, and probably won't buy one just because my laptop is a Windows laptop, which play Xbox games, so there's not really a reason to buy an Xbox, but I will still give respect where respect is due. Like, they killed it. Ori looked really cool. I personally never played the first one, but I have a lot of friends who played it, and I'm actually excited to play this one and finally get my hands on an Ori game. Similarly, Fallout looks really cool, but I've never played a Fallout game. So 76 will be my first Fallout game, unless for some weird reason a friend's like, here, play this before. But as of now, 76 will probably be my first Fallout game. Then Metro Exodus was the next game that showed up, and that looked really fun and cool to play. Even though, once again, never played a game from that series. I'm sure the series is fine. I'm sure if I really wanted to, I could go back and pick up one of the old games. But I think I'm just going to start with Exodus, and if I really enjoy it, I'll end up jumping back into an older one. Now, Dying Light 2. I personally didn't pick that one up. My nephew picked up Dying Light 1. And then a couple of my friends picked up Dying Light 1. I never picked it up, but number 2 looks like I will end up jumping into it. Especially if friends end up getting it again, because that was my biggest problem with Dead Island, which is what turned me off from Dying Light. I know they're two different games, but they were both zombie games, and they both seem to be a lot better with friends than solo adventure games. Now, I am super excited for Jump Force. Oh my gosh, Jump Force looks so good. Now, I'm not a huge fan of anime. Everyone knows this about me. I'm not even going to pretend to be like, oh yeah, I know anime, and I love anime. No, that's not it. But you figure Goku, Naruto, and Monkey D. Luffy all in one game? Yeah, count me in. I will play that game. And it's a fighting game. I like fighting games. I'm terrible at fighting games, but they're still my cup of tea. So definitely I'll play Jump Stars, no problem. Or sorry, Jump Force. Jump Stars was the other one that was released. Now, Halo Infinite didn't show anything, which was really confusing. Like, they showed a little bit of the Spartans and the Mongoose and stuff, but it's like, it was more of just a title game. And that was really weird, but if the rumors are true about it being a battle royale, which I thought they were going to show off when they had all the Xboxes, so I don't know if it got cut for some reason, if the game just isn't ready enough, so they were like, no, let's just cut that. Because they had a good chunk of Xboxes out on the floor during the conference, but the only time they really used it was for that racing game, and even then they didn't really use all of them, so that was really weird. Now, Gears 5, same thing. Showed pretty much nothing. Like, I'm a huge Gears fan. That's one of the games that I love from Xbox, no matter what. Like even Halo, I'm like, whatever. Like Halo's fun, cool, but Gears was my game. I used to own a 360. I currently own Gears of War on my Windows PC because Gears is definitely my type of game. But once again, they didn't really show much. There was also a lot of games that just aren't for me, like Tomb Raider, Session, Tunic, all look cool. If they're your type of game, awesome. They're not for me, but there was enough for me that really made me enjoy this conference. Overall, I'm confident that there's something for most gamers to get hyped about during the conference. If not, then you probably just don't like Microsoft because even for people who are like Sony fanboys, like I would consider myself, like there was enough there for you to be like, yes, and get hyped up. But to each their own. Congrats, Microsoft, on that amazing conference. Now, let's continue because music really seemed to be in fashion this E3, which was really weird. Like almost everyone had a musical bit, even PlayStation. Sony started off really weird. It made sense once the trailer started, but when we were first starting off in that room and the guy was playing the guitar, but he was having problems, lights go off, I was just like, I'm not into this at all. But then the trailer started and it was like, okay, I get it. Cool, that's really cool. I do still think it was a bit of a gamble because I think some people would have started the stream and been like, this isn't for me and just left. I think Sony was able to afford this risk just because it is Sony and people went into the conference being like, I'm hyped. Like, I want to hear about Last of Us. I want to hear about this. I want to hear about that. So it's like the fact that Sony did the risk was okay, but let's say it was some other like newer studio that was like, oh, let's try this. I think it would have been too big of a risk to try. Now, as far as Last of Us 2 goes, man, that trailer. We didn't see or hear about Joel. Although there is a reference to Ellie's old man at one point, which could just be a reference to Joel, or it could be a reference to a new character that we're going to meet that has kind of taken over that father figure. I'm hoping it's Joel because I really don't want Joel to be dead. But if he is dead, rest in peace. But yeah, one of the characters goes up to Ellie and says, your old man keeps giving me lectures. So hopefully he is still around. Because an older Joel, I think, would be interesting. Now, The Last of Us 2 looks like it's going to be a giant gore fest, which I'm totally down for. Like, the whole fight scenes between Ellie and the other characters, she's just... You can tell she's surviving in this apocalypse. And she's grown up in this apocalyptic world. Because she's just showing no mercy to anyone. And I know some people had a problem with the transition between the Last of Us set to like the actual theater, but I enjoyed it. It made this conference different in my opinion. And maybe it's just the theater kid inside me, but I thought it was cool to see a different set. I think I would have enjoyed it if each game had a different set, but I understand logistically why you can't do that. Trying to get people into different sets and not have it be dangerous. Yeah, no, just the one set transition makes sense. Okay, now from there, we can just move on. The remade maps were coming to Black Ops 3. Those are cool, I guess. Since you can pick up Black Ops 3 for free, as long as you have PS Plus, which I do. Most people do, especially for multiplayer. So it's like cool that we're getting remade maps. I don't really care. I just kind of want to move on from Black Ops 3, but if you're still a huge Black Ops 3 fan, cool. Ghost isn't my type of game, but I was okay with how long the gameplay was because I know there's people who are excited for it. I personally am not. But I mean, if Ghost is your type of game, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, according to my notes, and I kind of remember this, there was a lot of weird games in the middle that bored me. which I wasn't expecting from Sony to be like, yeah, I'm kind of getting bored of this conference, but I definitely did get bored at some point. Um, but the weird games, that's kind of what Sony's known for, because that's what Japan is known for, is weird games. So it makes sense, and I'm sure there was hype somewhere for it. Now, Resident Evil 2 Remake. I have loved Resident Evil since I was a kid. I technically started with 4, but I've seen all the movies, and I've played all the games since 4 and on. So 4, 5, 6. I haven't played 7, actually. Need to play 7. I played Umbrella Chronicles, played Raccoon City. So I've played a good chunk of the Resident Evil games. 4 is definitely my favorite. And I have it on PlayStation 4. So you might see that on stream. There's actually a poll right now going that has it as an option. So if you want to see me play Resident Evil 4, go ahead and vote for that. Now, if only that release date wasn't so close to Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I was hoping Kingdom Hearts 3 would have a good chunk so my wallet could recover. But nope, it looks like my wallet's going to be hurting in 2019. Now, I'm so glad Sony got to announce something special for Kingdom Hearts 3, because it Square Enix showed the same thing that Xbox kind of showed. They added a little bit more scenes, but it wasn't really anything newsworthy, whereas Sony at least got to show off the Return to the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3, which the ship gameplay looks a lot like Black Flag, which is another game that I've currently been playing recently. I had never played an Assassin's Creed game. I decided to start with Black Flag, and it was a good choice, which makes me excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 and that similar gameplay. Now, that song for Kingdom Hearts 3 is too good. If you don't like it, I don't know what's up with you. But, I mean, all the main titles have had a new song, and I'm glad that this one is no exception to that, because that song is definitely great. Now, there's 7 new hearts. If Larxene is to be believed, I mean, new princesses to protect, I'm down. You know, I'm sure Rapunzel's going to be one if there is 7 new hearts. I'm sure Elsa will be one. Possibly Anna, but I think Elsa will fit the Frozen one, not Anna, but I could see them do where they think, similar to the whole Kyrie mess, where it's like, oh, this princess is a princess of heart, and then they actually flip it on you, and they're like, actually, no, she's not technically a princess of heart. This one is. So I can see them doing something like that, but we'll just have to wait to see. Now, there was just so many trailers to be hyped about. If only it wasn't January 29th. They said 2018, but I figured they would miss the 2018 mark like they always miss. But hopefully they can land the January 29th mark. Hopefully. Plus, that PS4 looks awesome. I will definitely be getting it as soon as I can. The only thing I'm not excited about from the PS4, which I've learned from further investigating about it, is it comes with not just Kingdom Hearts 3, but apparently it comes with all of them. So I get why they're doing it, because it's like if someone wants to jump in, it's better to have all the games. But I wish there would have been an option where it's like either no game comes with it and just sell it as a custom PS4, or have it come with just Kingdom Hearts 3 and then another option with all the Kingdom Hearts games, because I already have all of them on PS4 except for 3, so I don't need another copy of all of them, but it's fine. I probably won't end up opening the PS4. It's probably just going to sit on a shelf because it looks that nice. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, Death Stranding does not look like my type of game at all. There was just no information about what the game is. It just looks weird. It was pretty boring gameplay, but I saw everyone hyped about it. So it's like, if that's really your type of game, okay, cool. I guess it has Norman Reedus. Awesome. Like, whatever. I don't care, honestly. Yeah, so unless they come out with some more information about what it's going to be about and something more. Until then, it's not my type of game. Now, Spider-Man, though, that comes out in September. I already have it pre-ordered. I have the collector's edition pre-ordered, so you'll definitely get an unboxing video for that. But man, it looks so clean. And the voice actor sounded like I would expect Spider-Man to sound like. Now, I know that it's been revealed which villain is out there. I have not read any of that because I don't want that spoiled for me. Now that I say that, though, it's probably going to be in the comments below. But yeah, I originally wanted Miles to be the one that comes to Peter's rescue, but I know it is a villain at the end. So my guess is either Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, or I heard an interesting one for Red Goblin, who is a new goblin that was just introduced in the comics to help tie it into the comics. That would be pretty cool. Which, by the way, if you haven't been reading comics, one of my favorite comics is Spider-Man. He's my favorite hero, but my favorite comic is Spider-Man Blue. It's such a beautiful story. And even if you don't read comics, I recommend reading that one. That one is just such a great story. And you can read it through Marvel Unlimited, which is like, I think $5 a month or something like that, maybe $10 a month. And you can actually get your first month free. So it's like, why not do it? But overall, Sony had some games that were for me, and a good chunk of games that weren't for me. I think the presentation went well, and it was done well, and that there was enough games for me that I enjoyed to keep me hyped, even during the games that I didn't necessarily enjoy. But now, last but not least, Nintendo's first game that interested me was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC, which technically isn't even a game. But man, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC looks awesome. Then they showed Pokemon Let's Go, which I have not seen any trailers for Let's Go at all. So it was cool to actually see Pokemon Let's Go. I'll definitely buy both versions because I've bought both versions for every single Pokemon game. But I'll be streaming Let's Go Eevee. Eevee will be my main version because I've never played an original... Because there's never been an original Eevee game, you know. So I'll definitely be playing that one. I don't like that you have to buy a Mew, essentially. But I mean, that's clearly not for me. That's for people who want a cool item outside of the game and also want a Pokemon. That's the only way to get Mew. I'm going to be a little disappointed. But, oh well. Also, this game doesn't seem like a super competitive version of Pokemon. Not like a main game of Pokemon. So buying Mew doesn't seem like it's going to affect people. As far as like, oh, I can just go out and buy a perfect bred Mew, you know. Cool, I don't have to worry about, you know, restarting or anything. It's just like, oh, it comes with this Pokeball. But it's okay. The next game that really amazed me was Super Mario Party. It looks awesome. It's Switch, so it means it's portable, but it doesn't look like the portable games that we normally get from Mario Party where it's just kind of mini games. It looks like it will have a full-on board just because it does connect to a TV since it is technically a console game. So having a Mario Party on the go where you can actually play on the board, so it's going to be great for conventions like RTX and Comic-Con, both of which I'm going to be going to this year. So it's like I will definitely be playing that as soon as it comes out. Now, I haven't played many Fire Emblem games, but Fire Emblem for Switch will definitely be my type of game. I'm definitely picking that game up. Similarly, Octopath Traveler looks good. I actually was just told today on stream when I was recording this that it's a very fun game. So I might end up picking that up probably once it goes on sale. That's probably when I'll pick it up. Similarly, Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's now a thing on Switch. I missed the console release, so I'll pick it up on Switch, but I'll get it when it's on sale. Same thing with The World Ends With You. I've been recommending that game hundreds of times just because it's so similar to Kingdom Hearts to the point where the character actually shows up in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. So yes, I will be playing that game. Look out for it. Now, the Switch seems to be a place to play games that I missed out during their initial releases. That seems to be a lot of what my Switch catalog is going to be. The same thing with Wolfenstein. Like, if I didn't get Doom already on PlayStation 4, I would have picked it up for Switch. So it's like, that's going to be the Switch catalog in my opinion. Now, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's roster looks dope. I'm excited that Ice Climbers came back because them and Snake are my personal favorites, as well as Pokemon Trainer. I loved all three of them in Brawl and was disappointed that all three of them got taken out. So I'm glad they're back. Same thing with Pichu. I don't know why they're bringing Pichu back other than the fact that they can say all of them are back and this is the ultimate Smash Bros. Experience. So it's like, because I don't know who was necessarily going, I need Pichu in the game. But it's like the fact that he's back is cool because now everyone can say like, if you love Smash Brothers, your favorite character is in this game. Like, there's no one who can be like, oh, I love Smash Brothers, but I don't like any of these characters. Because literally, any character that's been released is in this game now. Now, I was disappointed that Nintendo didn't have any Kingdom Hearts announcements. Because the other two had Kingdom Hearts announcement. So I really thought that they were going to come out and say, hey, here's Sora on Smash, as well as Kingdom Hearts 3 on Switch. But nope. But the game comes out soon. It actually comes out December 7th, 2018. So there's still time. I could see them announcing more characters. I don't think Ridley is going to be the only person they add to Smash. I was never one of those people who was like, add Ridley, and now Ridley looks broken. So people seem to be complaining about that, but oh well. If you wanted Ridley in the game, he's in the game. Good for you. I'm hoping for more new characters. I'm hoping it's not just a reskin of the old Smash for Wii U, which it doesn't look like it. It looks like they are adjusting it. So hopefully we get some more characters, more stages, more everything, just more game to play. I would love a story mode to come back. I know some people didn't enjoy Emissary. I personally did, just because it gave me something to do when I couldn't play with friends. But overall, Nintendo had a fast-paced direct like they usually do, which helps with the hype levels, because even when a game you don't like is being shown to you, the fact that they have something right after, it's not like that game is taking up the whole hour. No, it takes up about like 5 minutes, and then they move on, which is great. I'm here for it. Now, the big three killed it this year. And it honestly makes me proud to be a gamer and a streamer. Because no matter what consoles I own, there's something for me to play. And there's something for me to spend my money on. And there's something for me to be like, my wallet's in pain. Overall, E3 was just a great experience this year. And I hope that I'm able to go to an E3 in the next couple of years. But, man, oh man, it is an amazing time to be a gamer, even if your wallet is hurting. But until next time, guys, I'm SSJ Ventus, and I'll catch you guys later.